Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Tarot, and today we have a pick a card reading for you today that was kind of, it's not about it, but it was definitely inspired by the fact that we have a full moon this coming Tuesday on the 23rd, I believe, if that's Tuesday. Yes, it should be. So we're going to use the Moonology deck, but pretty much the theme of this reading is to see what is about to reveal itself with the end of this new moon, or I'm sorry, gosh, I can't get my moon words right. See what will reveal itself when we come to the end of this cycle with the full moon, and what may be coming or entering, and doors opening, everything else that has to do with starting a new cycle in the next new moon cycle. Okay, you know, that Mercury retrograde is still affecting me so negatively with my words right now. I finally get to come on and do some tarot readings because I feel like I'm energetically okay to do it, and then Mercury just decides to make it so my words are scrambled all the time. So thank you so much for being here. Just forgive me, okay? Just give me a little bit of patience while this double Gemini person struggles with the Mercury retrograde. So, all right, I feel like that's everybody's answer for everything right now. Mercury retrograde. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at the three piles that are in front of you right now. We have pile 1 with the clear quartz. We have pile 2 with the angel aura quartz. And then pile 3, you have my personal favorite, selenite. I have selenite all over the place. I don't know why. I just love this darn thing. Yeah, selenite, my favorite. But don't let my bias influence you picking pile 3. So go ahead and see, again, Mercury, see which pile speaks to you, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, pile 1, if you chose the beautiful clear quartz tower, or, yeah, is this a tower? Point, that's what it is. This will be your reading for incoming energies in this next lunar cycle. See, now I can say it. Doesn't make any sense. But without further ado, let's take a look at your cards. We have New Moon in Capricorn, which is your hard work is paying off. All right, and we are also going to get a few more oracle cards. We're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle today. I'm just going to ask for 2 cards today to kind of talk about energies that you are leaving behind and energies to watch out for, or, you know, that are incoming. So give me past. Okay, that is in the past. Now give me future, new moon cycle. Okay, I'm not taking that much, but this one showed me the first, so we're taking that one. All right. Perfect. So we have, scooch over, Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay. We have your hard work is paying off as your overall energy, but in the past we have here and now, and as the energy that you are leaving behind with this full moon completion cycle happening on Tuesday. And in the new lunar energy, we have tick tock with the level, with the number 30. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at your hard work is paying off, that center right now. It's pretty obvious, right? This is a new moon, is all about starting over. It's the beginning of cycles, and I think these two are kind of in tangent with each other, because finally you're going to start to see the fruits of your labor coming in. You could be a Capricorn. You could have started a new cycle, you know, consciously with the new moon that we had earlier this month. Take it as it resonates. Of course, that is just, you know, a possibility for some of you. Also, we have the number 32 here, which actually reduces to 5. 5s are all about change. So you may have been going through, or just by the way, 32 could also be a number of your age, and TikTok being the number 3. This is also like kind of like building and mastery and developing skills type of thing. So just putting that out there, take it as it resonates, of course. But 5s are all about change. And what I am looking at here with the here and now is that I believe you were happening to be possibly trying to live fully present and in the moment. And I think this is maybe something that you have been working on and possibly meditating around, and really trying to be mindful of your attitudes and your kind of the mindset that you are holding. It's easy for us to live in the future or in the past, because both of them, it's just human nature. We always want to know what's coming ahead, so our mind likes to project into the future, but then also, you know, we like to dwell on the past, even though it's something we cannot change. And I think you are finally coming to realize that. Maybe in this last lunar cycle, you've really been practicing and being mindful about how to remain present and really kind of leave everything that you can't control, which is the past and the future, in the past and the future, and kind of focusing on what you can control, which is actually the present. But if that is indeed what you have been doing, I applaud you. That is something that takes a lot of, oh gosh, just a lot of patience with yourself, and trying to train your brain, and all these little links that your brain tries to make on a daily basis based on patterns that you've always gone through is tremendously difficult work. So pile one, good on you. I still struggle with that, so I absolutely understand what you are trying to do. So I do see that your hard work is paying off in this respect. So you may have seen a lot of I don't know, just maybe feeling lighter and a little bit more free in your energy. Maybe you also have felt a lot less, like I said, unburdened in that free way, where a lot of past negativities or even future worries have just been lightened from your shoulders. So if that's what you've been doing and been successful with it, congrats to you again. Okay. And then we have the number 30, which was TikTok. And TikTok is about timelessness and also about divine timing. Pretty much saying, there was in the guidebook, it's really cool. They say, like, you know, that when humans created time, because time is a man-made structure, everything changed, and people have really come to look at the timeline of their life in a very linear way. Okay, so like I said before, with the here and now and TikTok, it has a lot to do with you know, imagining, you know, that spending a lot of time on what's in the past, and also taking a look at what is ahead of them. And you know, it's this card is a reassurance that your mindfulness and you living in the here and now makes it so that you have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, to really let go of your need to shape each moment, to shape all your expectations, to fulfill all your expectations. It's pretty much a card of miracles, and just understanding that, you know, you are happiest when you are flowing with life and attracting the things that you want to come to you. That miracles are right here in the now, and it shows up when you need it in the most divine timing possible. Okay. So that's a beautiful message, and that actually really makes a lot of sense where these cards came out. So let's take a look at your your Baroque Tarot, and see what messages we can get as to what new things will be coming in with this new lunar cycle. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the completion part first, okay? And what I want to look at, and actually I do believe I'm going to switch it up, because I really wanted to use these for the completion of a cycle and the Baroque for the new cycle. So again, we're going back to the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we are going to take a look at what you are leaving behind and what you have successfully completed, whether you know it or not. Taking a look at the past, I know some people are just like, oh my God, I just want to get to the future part. But taking a look at your past and what you have done in hindsight, in turn, not like dwelling on the past, kind of like what I was lecturing on a little bit ago, but taking a look at your past is always helpful in the fact that you can at least acknowledge where you've come from, right? It's just that you don't want to live back then. Okay, so let's see, what are we coming into completion with? Oh my goodness. Yes, definitely a lot of mind. It's nothing but swords right now. Anything else we got? Okay. Yeah, that one wanted to come. All right, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Father of Swords. My goodness. We have the Son of Wands. Yep. We have the Eight of Wands. Just gonna make sure this is all here. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this and see what you are, what you have learned and what you are leaving behind. And again, take this as it resonates. And given that we're still coming in towards the end of a cycle and it's going to be quite a bit before the new moon, this is something that also might be not completely resolved. So maybe take a look at this and see what certain aspects apply to your life right now, and you will know what aspects these are that you will need to complete before moving into the next realm. Okay, so let's go backwards. All right, let's go and look at the cute little fox here and the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, and I do believe in this particular tarot card, it has a lot to do with kind of, it's not deceit, but it has to do with a little bit of strategy and being, getting away from things, kind of, like this little fox is doing, kind of sleeping on this idea, sleeping on this little action. Some people prefer to do things alone and want things to happen their way. And there's also sometimes a narrow-mindedness about other people's views. But I do think with this card, it was kind of you deciding to make a commitment, to take charge of this responsibility of the energy of this card, because this is a lot, like I said, of strategy with this new venture of pretty much being that you were coming into. And again, this might be energies that are happening right now that you have not yet come through to completion. So also, consider that this is coming to an end shortly, if not, okay? This is sometimes guidance is about calling somebody out or calling that issue out. And even if it's something that's within yourself, right? It's really putting a finger on it and saying, okay, these are all the issues. Maybe I actually just heard that maybe all these little swords are vices or actions that you have taken, or thoughts that are always swirling in your head that are not very good for you, and you've taken one down off the wall at a time and you've chosen to focus on this one. And for this one, I really think it has to do with your mindset and trying to be more mindful and live in the here and now, essentially. Just trying to release the burden of dwelling on the past and the worry of the future, and just trying to stay present in the moment. I don't know if something happened to you recently that really called you into attention. For some of you, I think maybe you had battled maybe a pretty significant illness and have come through on the other side and realized that maybe this this way of living didn't give you the fullest life experience. So I think that you're probably kind of changing your ways. But either way, it has to do with you being a little bit more strategic and taking responsibility for the energies that you are creating. Okay. Okay, so with the knight, or not knight, oh my goodness, with the 8 of Wands, this is about fast-paced change. It could also be, taking significant action. I do think that this is something that you have really pushed and worked hard on in this past lunar cycle, and maybe even before. I think that you are making tremendous progress. And this does, this card always speaks of a quick turn of events, right? It's a good turnaround. So we are seeing success from what you have been putting your mind to, okay? But I do think that it sometimes has a lot to do with not getting carried away, okay? So sometimes we have to slow things down, or maybe we rush to complete this end and then we fall back into our old habits. I think this one is, this is a Mercury card too, just so you know. But this is calling on you to be very mindful that this is always going to be a progressive thing, that you're going to have to be very mindful of your entire life and how you're about to do this. Also, but I do think it's recognizing that you have made tremendous change in a very, very quick way. So congrats to you. That's actually pretty darn amazing. Okay. And we come to the Son of Wands, okay? And he's very much kind of like an adventurer, has a lot of passion. This definitely is always reaching out to try new things. But I do think that this card has a lot to do with reminding you that you still have potential to things to work on that you can unleash, okay? There's always something that you are always going to work on, but to take it kind of one step at a time. Think of this little fox over here with his little swords, okay? He hasn't pulled them all down. He just pulled one down, and this is the one he's working on right now. Okay, so definitely hone your skills before you move on to the next, okay? Just a heads up. And then it brings us to the lovely Ace of Swords. And, the Ace of Swords, I always love to see the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is one of my favorite cards, and that is very much a Gemini and air sign, obviously. But this has to do with intellect and your personal truth. So you have been, or may have already taken this step of really releasing those limiting beliefs and recreating this new mentality for yourself. It also could be, controlling, receiving clarity on your intellect, or cutting through uncertainties and barriers. So that's absolutely amazing. Definitely, it's the breakthrough card. It's this sword coming out of a clear blue sky and just really bringing clarity. So this stage that you have been on has brought about amazing clarity in your life in several aspects, or soon will show you that, okay? And then we have the Father of Swords. The Father of Swords is equivalent to the King of Swords, and obviously this is kind of another Gemini card, right? And so, also happy birthday to you, Geminis, since I'm filming this at the end of April and then we'll probably post into May. But this is very taking a look at things from a non-emotional standpoint. They can be very authoritative. They very much know the power of their intellect, the power of their words. They're definitely prioritizing certain things in their life that bring about certain levels of ambition, certain levels of clarity, and they very much trust where they're going. This is also, could be, if you're like a lot of Geminis, including myself, you might be living in your head too much and wondering if you are doing kind of the right thing, constantly second guessing yourself. This is definitely not one of those situations that you want to get into. If anything, I believe that this is more either somebody who you've meant to embody this characteristic, or this is actually you in the present. So, being very charming and humble and kind of ready for everything and taking responsibility for your actions. This is definitely you taking control with all these swords here, and the action of the wands. This is definitely you kind of like what we talked about, taking control of the situation and really changing your mindset and your ability to do things for the better. Okay. All right. So let's get into the Baroque here and see what messages we have for what is coming with this new lunar cycle. I'm gonna look at some opportunities that may be presenting itself. Okay. Ooh, oh, bendy here. Okay, so tell me, Spirit, what's coming in? Oh, victory. Oh, so much good stuff. All right, anything else in this new lunar cycle that you wanted to say? Just one more. Okay, cool. Felt like there was at least one more in there for whatever reason. Okay, so let's pay attention here. So we have the Five of Wands, okay? We have the Knight of Wands, lots of wands. Ooh, so much action coming into fruition this next lunar cycle. Six of Wands with the victory. Oh, geez, Page of Wands, okay. And then we also have the Page of Pentacles, and I'm just gonna throw this guy here, the Four of Cups, okay? So, here we go. Let's see if we can make some sense out of all of these. It's funny because the majority, I mean, geez, you only have one pentacle, but this, you've had nothing but, and you only have one cup too, but it's been mostly swords and wands, which is interesting. So, well, let's see what we're in for. Okay, so let's start with the Five of Wands, okay? So the Five of Wands in this particular deck is has a lot to do with kind of loss of individuality. It has to do with competition and being able to stand out. And this very well might be something that is coming into this new lunar cycle that has nothing to do with this journey that you've been on. I do get the sense that this is something completely out of left field that we have not quite talked about. So let's get to making some sense of here. I do believe that with the Five of Wands, there's going to be some sort of disagreement. Okay, there is maybe going to be, I don't see it as being a very heavy disagreement in terms of like a lot of conflict or significant drama and happiness, arguing, bitterness on each person on each side. But I do think that with the King of Wands, that is the person who you might be butting up against, or maybe this is what you're emerging into. The King of Wands is kind of this natural leader, and a lot of this might have to do with work. And even with the Page of Pentacles, I think that this might be something that you are struggling to do in your in terms of your life and stability. That you are trying to build, that you're trying to bring into fruition. Okay, so maybe this is the next sword that you've decided to work on and taken down off the wall. Okay, so what I see here is, you know, kind of this disagreement, and or a group of people. It could be naysayers, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be your own internal thoughts, anything that is really kind of keeping you in a stuck position. But with the King of Wands, I believe is more you're definitely a natural leader. This is somebody who is kind of taking charge of their life, and but what they do in their leadership is also make other people feel valued. They feel special. They feel like they've been empowered. This is a very strong energy of being grateful and being almost mentoring a group of people, or leading, like I said, with leadership. Whatever is coming about with this is really going to be you're going to be very victorious. I mean, the Six of Wands is all about victory. It's public recognition. It's increased self-confidence. Okay, this is proof that you have stepped into your power successfully. Okay, so what for some of you, I do think that you have probably been under the spotlight regarding something right now, and I do think with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands here, these little kind of early on entrepreneur type, you know, level gentlemen here, I do think that you are kind of just starting out in with your creativeness and with your creative, your passionate adventure when it comes to some form of stability. So maybe it's getting, you know, setting up new things at work. It could be also getting certain level of organization in the home. It's something that has to do with your stability. It very much could also be your finances as well. If you're kind of taking on side projects or trying to you know, work almost like a second mini job in tangent with, you know, your main career, or branching out. Could be anything. So take it as it resonates. But there's a lot of victory and celebration that's going to be coming out, and I think this is going to really, in this next lunar cycle, you're going to be kind of really diving into this can-do energy of creative power that you're going to be stepping into in terms of trying to really promote and bring about some new stability in your life. With the Page here and the Six of Wands, there's a lot of this actually could be going almost, I don't think so. Yeah, I kind of thought about that for a second, but never mind. Just let that go. But what I want to say to you here is, you know, this is going to, there's going to be parts of this that are going to be pretty, you're going to struggle a little bit, okay, emotionally, in this new lunar cycle when it comes to this, because I think what is being presented to you, or what you're trying to create, while it will be end up victorious because you are definitely more in this king energy and being very victorious, you're going to have to be very decisive, especially with the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is kind of like picking and choosing, okay? It could be it could be a couple things, and we'll kind of go through that. So I'll give you a couple options. So with the Four of Cups, it could be kind of like contemplation, okay? It could be you just deciding which way to go, and how, being strategic in how you were about to bring this into fruition. But it could also be with kind of boredom or even reevaluation. So maybe for some of you, there's something stagnant that is in your life, and I believe we kind of talked about that a little bit down below. There could be something that is really stagnant and you want to advance it at a rapid rate, or you want to try something new. And that might be where the Page of Pentacles is coming in here with, you know, reforming your stability and being able to do something that is going to kind of make you appreciate, at least be a little bit more satisfied with, and enter into something a little bit more harmoniously, something that kind of resonates with what you want to do and move forward into, rather than just being like, hey, that looks like a good idea, I guess I'll try that. I think you're really going to have to pay attention to what brings you joy and what is bringing you passion in this lunar cycle, and then go through it full force. There's always a little bit of disagreements and maybe some negative self-talk and kind of like battles on the way when it comes to action. There's always roadblocks that we're always going to have to bust through. Nothing ever goes through perfect. But I do think that, again, with you being in this King of Wands energy, with this natural leadership, this governance, this actionability over yourself, and that is really going to bring you into pretty awesome energy when it comes to success and bringing about your goal and really getting the recognition you deserve for all these things that you have been trying to work on these past couple cycles. And it looks like you got a full plate. Pile 1, there was very awesome things that you definitely worked on to bring about a better sense of who you are and how you want to go about life. And maybe that's where it's playing into here. They were two very, very specific type of things that you are working on. So if they intertwine, only you will know that. But if they're two separate things, then hey, great, you're just kind of moving on to the next. Let's go ahead and get some Angel of the Oracle cards and just kind of round it out with a few messages from your spirit guides. So I have with me, I'm going to shuffle these over here. 1 second. Okay. I really need a bigger space or something that like where I have the ability to shuffle, not off to the side. My goodness. Okay. All right. I just want a couple cards. Tell me, get some messages. Self-awareness. Beautiful. This might be coming in from your higher self. I could just get that moving on. Awesome. Anything else? I said 2, but you know, sometimes they give me more. Nope, it's definitely 2. Okay. Cool. So let's see here. We have moving on, endings that bring healthy beginnings. Yay! That's always nice. And then self-awareness, tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. And it's funny that this came out with on this side where we were kind of talking about this here and now card where you were, you know, here and now is being self-aware, right? It's definitely questioning your routines and patterns and realizing that you were either living in the past, living in the future, just not being fully present and therefore creating more unhappiness or doubt for you. And then, you know, that this one came out over here when it came to TikTok and divine timing. And it looks like there is an ending that is going to bring about healthy beginnings. You have completed the cycle and you are moving on. So, hey, that absolutely kind of jives with everything that we were saying. Now let's just get one card. I'm not going to, these are gigantic cards, so I'm not going to really shuffle them in the same way, but stop it. Okay. I am going to just take one out instead of seeing what flies. Miracles out of mistakes. Use your mistakes to inspire and empower you to face brighter days ahead. That is definitely your King of Wands energy right there. The miracle out of mistakes is pretty much kind of letting you know that, and your angels are kind of trying to hit home with you, saying that your mistakes don't define you. Okay, nobody is perfect. We definitely have mistakes that are avoidable, but you know, more often than not, it's something we can't control. So you have this opportunity to kind of redeem yourself, to move on, to leave that stuff in the past, but also keep it in the back of your mind so that you don't repeat it, right? This, you know, these mistakes that you learned is not going to hold you back from having a brighter future. Okay. I think this card especially is all about your spirit guides pretty much having a plan for your life. You know, there's nothing, no mistake that is too great that will cancel out what path you are already on, or what you are meant to be doing or meant to be on in this lifetime. Okay. All right, pile 1, those are all the messages I have for you today. If any of this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you drop a comment down below. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel. That is the simplest way that you can help me get out there into the YouTube algorithm and reach more people and spread more messages. So thank you again so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely month ahead, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Hey there, pal 2. If you chose the Angel Aura Quartz Tower, this will be your reading. I'll put that guy up there. As to what cycle you will be completing with the new, I keep wanting to say new moon. the new full moon, the full moon that is coming on Tuesday, the 23rd, and what new cycle you will be entering into in the time that it will be, obviously coming into a new moon and that full cycle of completion that will eventually lead into another full moon. Did that make any sense? Okay, so without further ado, we are going to take a look at your main overall energy card. We're also going to grab a couple oracle cards as to what energies you are now completing, as to, kind of like what you're leaving behind with this new cycle and what is going to be coming in with the next one. Okay, and since we're not quite done with our full moon, our full moon is not here, and then it takes a little bit of time before the new moon comes in. This energy can stick around for a little bit longer. So you might still be in it, in the thick of it, but rest assured, we are going to look at, okay, it wanted to take these two. This deck just does that sometimes. Okay, so we have the yin, and we have milk and honey, which is always lovely to see. The milk and honey card is just beautiful. The two with the yin. All right. So let's take a look first at your full moon in Aries. Okay. So there may be something really significant coming in with this full moon. We are going to actually be coming into the full moon and Taurus season. I don't know what sign the actual full moon is for this month. I haven't, it's on the tip of my tongue, but either way, there is something that is going to be ending in a fiery way, in a burst of excitement. And I don't feel that this is negative. I just feel like this is very sudden. Aries is a lot of fire energy. It's cataclysmic, but not in a bad way. It's chaotic, but not in a bad way. It's just a lot of energy all at once. And there is definitely something that is coming and will come to full completion with this full moon, because it is going to be a fiery climax. Okay. But let's look at the yin card. The yin card is the opposite of the yang. And obviously, and with this particular card, we are looking at the feminine energy, okay? There is a lot of kind of letting things go with the flow, gathering information, and really kind of living in your intuition and into your consciousness, instead of a lot of being the opposite, which is the yang, and the masculine form, characteristics, which is all about taking action, taking control. It's aggressiveness, it's speed. This is definitely more relaxed approach. So whatever you have been doing in this last lunar cycle, it really does look like you have either been taking some much needed rest, or just kind of like maybe I don't want to say stagnant, but you're just kind of floating. You're kind of going with the flow to see where this is taking you. You are not being exceptionally proactive, which is an okay thing. You are more kind of letting the universe take control. And the Chariot card just popped into my brain. I don't know why, but I think in this coming month, we are going to see you taking a lot more direction and taking a lot more control as to where your destiny is going to be headed, okay, and what path you are going to forge down. But let's get a little bit information from this yin, okay? But this is an energy in the past of kind of letting others take the lead, okay? So, you have been shaped, and in a very passive way, think of like, the river and river rocks. You could start out with, something really kind of pointy like this, and over a period of time, it just sits at the bottom of the river and the water just washes over it and it just stays put. And then it comes out into an absolutely soft, smooth, shaped, and beautiful type little stone. Okay, so just take that as it resonates. I'm not very good at giving examples, but that was the best I could do. Okay. But you were definitely in in an energy, coming out of an energy where things are flowing to you. And I think with this incoming energies, with this next lunar period, it looks like you're going to be taking more control. That's just my gut. I don't see that in the cards, but for whatever reason, that's just popping in for me right now. Okay. So let's also take a look at honey, which is the number 51, and which goes down to 6, if I can do math. Wow, April, what is going on here? So let's take a look at the 51, and milk and honey is a beautiful prosperity. This is opportunities and like abundance and nurturing. This is very much like Empress energy. And I believe that actually translates into the major arcana, if I remember right, with the number 6. I could be wrong. Anyways, this is kind of like, you know, you entering into the sweet time of your life. Think of like, you know, the land of milk and honey type thing that everybody wants to experience. Your senses, and maybe this is why you've taken kind of a back seat and let things kind of go into a lull and just direct you where you are meant to be. You've definitely been more passive than ambitious, and when you come into this new energy with this new moon cycle, there is going to be an awakening, and I really think that there's going to be some sort of unlimited level of possibilities within your world. Okay, this is just prosperity. I don't even know how to describe that. This is you being your own authentic self, and this version of self with you is very much like in alignment with everything in your life. This is like the ultimate harmony and ultimate balance that you're achieving. I don't know what the heck you've been working on, pile 2, but there is something that is leading you into an amazing energy. I mean, this is a nice energy too. It's kind of a restful energy, but you taking this rest, this passive approach, and kind of maybe letting life show itself to you and to open these opportunities is really going to open up this new world of miracles and abundance. And that's all I can say to that. And maybe that's the fiery climax that you are going to be coming into, is just this awakening to this gorgeous, look at this cute little elephant taking a bath in that. Like, you know, he just looks so joyous. So happy, relaxed, joyous. Like it makes me think of like somebody just splashing around in a tropical beach and just living their best life. Like that is you, right? That's you, pile 2. I love it. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee real quick here. So sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's get, what do I want? We are going to take a look at this piece with the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. See what lessons are coming out of this that you can carry into this new one. And maybe you already know these lessons, or maybe you don't, but we are definitely going to take a look at these, get a little bit more clarification as to what this past energy was all about that is leading you into this milk and honey. Okay. All right, Spirit, what's this yin? Fine. Oh, love to see it. Transformation. There's a transformation. You've been letting something grow. Okay, that wanted to do it. That was a lot. Okay, here we go. So, you know, pile 1 got this card too. The Sleeper Fox. The Sleeper Fox. So cute. Okay. The Tower. Okay. Wow. Father of Wands. The 8 of Wands, which pile 1 got as well. We also have the 6 of Wands with the butterfly. That's a lot of transformation. That's beautiful. And then we got a couple here too. I'm just going to throw him over here. We got the 2 of Swords. Okay. And we have the Mother of Pentacles. Okay. So, all right, pile 2. I just had a very heavy energy kind of sweep over me. It was almost like not sadness, but it felt very grave. Like this was very serious that happened. And now now I see why all this is coming into fruition. Now I understand why you were in the yin energy. Okay. So something, the Tower card doesn't come out very often, and I know people don't like to see it, but we're talking about this in being in your past or soon to be in your past. So, hey, for you, pile two, I get the sense that something really may have rocked you to your core, something that has really came in and affected your ability to feel safe, to feel stable. There was something in your world related to your stability. This could have been a job. This could have been, your home, partners, friends, loved ones, somebody or something that really added to your self-worth, or I don't want to say that. I don't want to say added to your self-worth. I want to say like added to your stability, or gave you a sense of stability, even if it wasn't making you feel, even if it wasn't, promoting stability. It might have been slowly poisoning you at the same time. Something has left, and it's a good thing. I do think that, especially with the Tower card, these things are ripped out of our lives for a reason, because they need to be. And it always ushers in some sort of like rebirth or awakening. And it's funny that we have this is the only major arcana you got here. So this event was fairly cataclysmic kind of a thing, and it probably felt just really just like, what the hell? But I think that in your own infinite wisdom, and maybe you're somebody who's like me, who tries to see that from this perspective, is, when things like this happen, you can't see it in the moment, but it definitely, like, you can't see the reason why this is happening in the moment. But as time goes by and things kind of, the curtains slowly pulled back, you might see how it has changed your life for the better, even though the work is hard. I think that, like I said, in your own infinite wisdom, when this Tower moment hit, you decided to kind of essentially throw up your hands and be like, I can't control this, and I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let this leave my life and see what comes in. And I think that that was probably the best thing that you could have done. There was a lot of, I don't know which way to go. The Two of Swords is kind of like the damned if I do, damned if I don't kind of card. And I think you, like I said, you kind of threw up your hands and were like, that's it. You know what? I'm just going to let the universe take control, and I'm going to sit here and let things happen. And I know that it's happening for me and not to me. And that does provide, a decent amount of comfort, right? And maybe that's what helps sustain you. But I do think, especially with this full moon, there is something coming into completion, and maybe it's the end of this cycle where this huge event that had happened is going to just be swept out of your life. Like something is going to, it's just, I keep picturing like a pair of scissors where it's like, oh, I'm just going to cut that piece off and then, be left with this little chunk that needs to grow back. Kind of like trimming back a rose bush. You don't like to do it because you love your bush and wow, you love your roses, and you trim it all back, but it's going to grow back bigger and brighter and be healthier. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you with the Tower. And then also, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is this rebirth. Like, look at this beautiful butterfly that's just coming out of this darkness. And, he had to be down in this little space where he finally could break free in all his glory and just fly out and away. And that's kind of you. I think you, especially with, the little fox guy here, I talked about this in pile one. So if you were even remotely drawn to pile one, maybe you should go back and take a look at that and see if there's any specific messages that resonate with you on that one. But I think that there was a quick deception. There was something that was being kept from you. Okay, so maybe this could have been a relationship, or this could have been an event, or some sort of something you did not see coming, okay, that contributed to this Tower moment. And the Father of Wands here, and with the Eight of Wands, I do get the sense that there may have been someone or something that was kind of fooling you in a way. You know, sometimes, especially with this Father of Wands in this deck, it sometimes has to do with the snake and being kind of two-faced. It could be is somebody, or even yourself, having control issues and really having to shift that mindset out of having control, because this energy that is leaving you is leaving quickly, which equals out to the fiery climax. And, you know, the Tower with the rebirth, that makes total sense, and not knowing what to do. But I think this is you sitting over here as, you know, the beautiful Mother of Pentacles. This is you regaining your stability and you realizing that you cannot be beat down. You know, the Queen, I love the Queen of Pentacles. She's probably, you know, my most favorite queen in this deck. But the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing and practical, and I do think that this stability, or this Tower moment that really rocked your stability, didn't really take your sense of self-worth and your like own personal internal stability and tear it to the ground. I think a lot of things got burned to the ground, but you stayed intact. Okay, this is somebody who has the ability to kind of balance all those energies of kind of work and life and home and family, and kind of do it all in this very seamless, beautiful way. And I think you've been able to be that rock for some time, and you've taken your hits and you've taken your lumps, but you've kind of gone with the flow, taken a little bit of a backseat, and let the universe guide you towards something that is going to be much more prosperous. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what is, oh, hi, Dallas. Dallas is gonna, if he comes over here and jumps into the reading like he did when I first started these recordings, I had to edit it out, and I was like, what are you doing? My fluffy black cat sitting in the windowsill, but always wants to know what we're doing over here. Okay, let's take a look and see what... Now that we've looked at what is being completed and the lessons learned, we are going to look at what is coming in. So tell me about this milk and honey, Spirit. Give it, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Now the Death card comes out. Oh my gosh, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Anything else, Spirit? What do you, for my lovely pile twos? Okay, yeah. You love to see all that. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know what? I'll put you up here. Okay, yes. So we have the Ten of Swords. Painful endings. That's kind of like, you know, the Tower card, but it's a good thing. We got the King of Swords. Cool. We got the Three of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay. Death card came out. I'm just going to scooch these. We have Death. And then we have the wonderful Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Okay. Cool. Okay, so this is a lot, all right, and this reading was kind of heavy as it was anyway, so, but this is all beautiful news, pile two. This is, what we're looking at here with the Ten of Swords is that completion of this cycle. and you, you know, having that inner wisdom to kind of not obsess over the control of the situation and sort of let things go. But with this fiery climax that's coming in, I do think you are going to be able to get a sense that you are kind of ready to take charge again. You're ready to take on that, the new battle to rebuild. Okay. So I have the Seven of Wands here and the King of Swords. The King of Swords is that confident, super smart, savvy, taking control of the situation. And you think of like the CEO of life and CEO of your brain or something like that. Just, you know, decisive, intelligent, smart, you know, confident, being able to cut through, you know, take that sword and cut through the BS. This is Gemini energy. This is a lot of air energy. Take that as it resonates. But with the Three of Pentacles here, I'm looking at, you know, you really honing your skill set in a way. And the skill set doesn't necessarily have to be something work related, although, you know, if it is, great. But I do think that this is a lot of planning and preparation. This is just getting ready. This is kind of going about it in a very step-by-step process and starting to rebuild essentially again. With the Seven of Wands, this is kind of the ready for battle card. It doesn't mean that you're going to encounter any battles, but I think that this is kind of where you've been in that energy of kind of passivity. This is where you are again taking charge and you are ready for it. You're kind of like, you know, F you, bring it on. It's kind of like, you know, you ever hear that phrase like, okay, if somebody tells you you can't do something, you could be like, yeah, here, hold my beer, I'll show you what I can do. That kind of is giving me that vibe right now. I mean, look at this dude. He's getting kind of mobbed from all sides, but he doesn't even look worried at the slightest. He's like, no, I got this. I'm just gonna cut y'all through. And this, you know, with the Death and the Ten of Swords card immediately following each other, it's transformative. This is a huge transformative energy. We have the Tower, we have the beautiful Six of Wands, and now, you know, with the Death and Ten of Swords, this was a painful ending for you. You're always going to bear a little bit of just like, oh my God, that was so rough, but it's done. It's done. You're moving through it. You're moving away from it. You are going to be better for it. You're going to kind of leave bodies in your wake. That sounds really bad, especially after this battle card, but it's kind of like that's the energy, you know. It's just kind of like, I'm charging forward. I'm going to transform, and all that crap that's in the past is going to stay in the past. I'm leaving all these dead bodies behind me. I'm sorry. I don't know, that's my morbid side coming through. I don't know. Trying to be a little bit more positive here. Love and light. Okay. But yes, you know, the Death card is that significant change. You are taking those steps to repair and rebuild and promote that change. You're not scared of this crap. You're not. There's such a sense of like, I got this. I've done my mourning. I've kind of let the things happen to me that needed to happen. I'm growing because of it, but now, dang it, it's my time to take charge. I don't know if YouTube will let me cuss in these videos, but I always have to kind of edit myself. Anyways, but out of this, you are getting this beautiful level of prosperity. You're going to regain your stability, and it's going to be bigger and better. I think that before, you were probably maybe just kind of, you know, but this is a different level of prosperity. The Nine of Pentacles is just enjoying that bountiful harvest and being kind of like sitting back, looking at everything and just being like, I'm so proud of what I did. I made it. I am stable again. I had to work for it, but now I can enjoy it. Now I can stay back. The hard work is done and I am prosperous. I don't have to worry about a damn thing from here on out. Good for you, pal, too. And you're going to be so proud of yourself. With this Nine of Cups energy, too, it's like nobody's going to be able to rip this away from you. And this is going to be an incredible boost of self-confidence and confirmation of your self-worth, because you are worthy. But maybe you just haven't felt it before, and you will have done this on your own. And this will take you forward in a way that you will know that you can conquer anything that kind of comes at you from here on out. This is such amazing recovery and kind of like that coming from behind story. Like, oh, what do you call those underdogs? Kind of like the sleeper underdog story where it's just kind of like, oh, nobody thought about this poor person over here and they were going through it, but then it's like kapow, you know, you just see this amazing transformation into this person that you never knew they could have been. That's you in a nutshell. People are going to be surprised by how flippin' crazy you turn things around. And you are, and you know what, screw the rest of the world with what they think. This is you right there. You're satisfied, you're happy, sitting with your beautiful cups, and you are just chef's kiss. Okay. All right. So let's get, you know, it's funny because I was telling you like, oh, when I threw out some of those cards, it was like, whoa, heavy. And then it turned incredibly light. And it was like, oh yeah, okay. We got this. There was no doubt. All right, let's, Spirit, give us a couple words of wisdom, encouragement, whatever you want to say to pile 2. What should, can we stop? Okay. I didn't want to take flipper today. I just want something that absolutely pops out, please. Okay, cool. Manifestation. Okay, and that one flew into my lap. So this one is self-awareness. Okay, and pile 1 got this as well. So yeah, definitely go back and take a look at pile 1 and see if there's any messages it has for you. So we have manifestation, law of attraction, thoughts become things and reality. And yes, I talk about that in some of my other videos as well. It's just kind of like attracts like. So, you know, you putting that energy out into the universe is what you're going to attract and get back. Okay. So, you know, you are starting from the ground up again. Now is the perfect time to plant those seeds and start manifesting what you want. And also that comes with being self-aware, right? Questioning your routines and patterns that are no longer serving you, talking to your higher self. Like, you know, if it was me 30 years down the road, would I be proud of what I'm doing right now? Or, you know, what would I be trying to do differently? What would I say to myself? You know, be self-aware, tap into that higher self energy. Okay. And then let's see what we have from okay, well, this one wanted to come out. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. Take small steps to diminish your worrying. Know it is going to be okay, and so it is. And that is what you need to manifest right now too, is that you need to manifest these 2 guys, okay? The 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Just take that energy and just put it out there. Even if you don't even feel it, just raise yourself to that higher vibration and just watch and see what you attract, okay? Okay, pile 2. All right, so that was a lot. You had a lot going on. So thank you so much for being here. If any of this reading resonated with you, definitely leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Also, if you appreciated this, take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me immensely when it comes to growing my channel and helping this channel to be successful and reaching more people. So if you do that, I will forever be in your grateful. That's what I'm trying to say. Other than that, thank you so much for being here, pile 2. I hope you have a wonderful month of May that we are coming into, and hope you have some beautiful sunny weather. Take care, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the selenite rod, this will be your reading as to, I don't know, it was so kind of janky in the beginning, right? Was trying to, you know, talk about what lunar cycle we were in, and the fact that we're coming into a full moon on Tuesday the 23rd. I thought that you know, it might be nice to take a look at what we're leaving behind and also what we will be coming into with these new cycles, kind of like a what you don't see coming, or what you need to hear right now, but kind of themed with the moon. I don't know, just kind of felt like doing that. So that's what we're looking at today. All that to be said again in the intro. Okay, so right now for you, pile 3, we have what do you need to release with the waning moon, okay? All right, so we are going to get a little bit of information from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So I think with this new lunar cycle that we will be leaving behind with the full moon is your overall theme is what do you need to release? What is not serving you anymore? What things are you aware of that need to be left in the past or buried? Okay, so let's see what we're leaving. Okay, go ahead. Go. Really? Okay. Try and get a different one because that one didn't. Really? Okay. Well, if you want me to take that one, it wants me to take that one. Okay, fine. Let's see here. Can't reach it. There it is. Okay. Ha. Yin. Okay. And regeneration with a 10. Oh, okay. Well, that's certainly beautiful. Okay, so what do you need to release? This is what you're going to need to release, okay? We're going to take a look at this. So let's start with regeneration, which is 46, and which actually reduces to 10, which reduces to 1. And that's kind of like starting from scratch, okay? Regeneration is kind of exactly how it is, and it kind of sounds a lot like the, you know, kind of like close to being like the tarot, or not tarot, the Tower card. This is rebirth and second chances. This is a new opportunity. There's something that is coming into fruition with the end of this lunar cycle that is going to be available to you now. Okay, things that you maybe opportunities or things that you thought were dead and buried are rising to the surface. Now, maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. So what things are coming to the surface that you need to release? You know, things that are buried, if you're able to keep them buried, fantastic. More often than not, the things that we leave buried always kind of come to the surface during certain points of our life, and they do have the potential to cause great harm. And what I think you are being asked to do, pile 3, is to release this there. And kind of like in a past but also future card, it makes sense because the way you're going to be able to release things is by allowing these things to come to the surface during this regeneration process. Okay, so you know what you have maybe had perceived as like something that was lost or not worth pursuing or not worth your time or energy is now being replaced by something better and more powerful that is growing. But in order to kind of let that grow, you're going to have to cut back the parts that are no longer successful, that no longer serve you. So that's the release part that comes in. Okay. And then we have the yin card, and we talked about, I did pile 2 got the yin card as well, which I find really interesting. But the yin card was more in their past placement versus the future. And this one is the feminine energy of being receptive, okay, of letting other things come into fruition, letting the universe be your guide, kind of just kind of going with the flow. Picture yourself in like one of those nice little like rivers in like a little inner tube, and you're not paddling, you're just kind of going with the flow of where it takes you. But you're definitely gathering information along the way, kind of taking in the cues, observing essentially. So this is kind of like a time of calculated or planned receptiveness, where it's like, I'm going to sit back, I'm kind of going to observe and just watch for things to kind of effortlessly flow your way. Okay. It doesn't have to do with you taking lead or control or charge. It's the opposite of that. Okay. That's the yang. This is the yin. You are being asked to take a back seat and let the universe take the wheel for a little bit. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. All right, here we go. So let's get a little bit of information from the Wild Unknown Tarot about this regeneration. And let's see what comes out as far as what you may be needing to release. Okay. All right, Spirit, guess, what are we releasing? Okay. Anything else? That one wanted to poof. Okay, cool, fine. That was the last of it. You got quite a bit though, I'll tell you that. All right, so we have the Son of Wands. We also have the Nine of Swords. Oh yeah, sleepless nights and worry. We have the Father of Wands. We have the Fool. We have Justice. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, which is, to me, and sometimes in this card too. So Four of Wands always reminds me of 1111, and I know it's kind of a celebratory card, but at the same time, it's, like I said, it's 1111 to me, and it sometimes symbolizes portals opening. And if that doesn't look like a portal opening, I don't know what would look like that. Okay, so when we talk about regeneration, this is what we're talking about, okay? Regeneration, rebirth, restarting, you know, the journey, but with maybe better knowledge than what we had before. We did talk about things kind of coming to the surface and starting off on a new track and releasing things. You definitely are in kind of this energy of being able and ready to kind of go on this new path, this new adventure, especially with the Fool card. You're kind of starting out fresh again. And, you know, with this card, we did talk about it being rebirth and this being a one card and this being the Fool. So it's you're starting from scratch again, but don't let that discourage you. Okay. I do think that there is significant opportunities and portals kind of opening with you in regards to a lot of creativity. You have a lot of Wands energy here, fire energy with the Father of Wands and the Son of Wands. These are action cards. These are taking charge, being adventurous, really knowing your path and what you want to create or co-create with the universe, okay? But whatever it is, maybe you're not quite sure as how to go about it. Maybe it's causing you a lot of like kind of anxiety, maybe some sleepless nights, bad dreams, kind of like wondering if you need to go down this venture or if it will be successful. Just kind of like those nagging doubts, self-limiting beliefs, all those worries, and things like that. And I think that's where the Justice card is coming into. The Justice card is here to kind of let you know that the universe is going to give you, it's the Karma card, like not the Karma card, because that's the Wheel of Fortune, but the Justice card is that you are going to essentially have the scales balanced in your favor. It is going to be fair for you and what's good for the universe and everybody else. And that's a really positive card. I think it's also about trust. It's about trusting the universe to give you what you need to in order to balance those scales and move forward. And that's where I think the yin is going to come in, is that you are just really going to have to let go and kind of let those scales come to a balance on their own. And after that, only after that, will you be able to receive the clarity as to where you are going to move forward and be able to take action with the Father of Wands and the Son of Wands. Okay. I think you're just going to have to kind of sit back and wait for just a little bit. And maybe, you know, when it comes to releasing things with this waning moon, I think maybe that around this time of the waning moon, when we come, so you know how the moon's going to come into full and then it's going to start waning. So maybe when it comes down to this is when all those things are going to come to light as to what you need to release. And I think what you are going to need to release is the lack of trust that you are being divinely guided and that you are being taken care of. There's a lot of worry here that you need to release. There's a lot of kind of it's this this energy of being, not necessarily being scared, but being nervous of taking something on without a plan. And you are going to have a plan eventually, but you are just going to have to sit back and kind of wait, like I said, for the scales to balance in order for it to reveal itself. You need to take a passive approach and let things come to you and then act upon them. Okay, pile 3, that's what I'm looking at for you right now. Let's get into the Baroque and see what advice and things will be coming in with this new cycle, because this is kind of what you're being asked to leave behind and release. Now let's see where we're starting off. What are we doing? This is going to tell us more about how we're going to react with this yin energy. Okay. Oh, I blew out my candle. Wow. Okay, here we go. Tell me about this yin energy. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Gosh, you're getting so much calm, harmonious energy here with this yin. Knight of Cups. Okay. That is what I got for us. Okay, let's see here. How do I get all this stuff without throwing everything out? Okay, here we go. So what we got here, we have the 2 of Cups, harmony, partnerships, coming together, union, 6 of Wands, victory, Knight of Cups, an offering of prosperity, love, etc. Queen of Pentacles, the goddess of prosperity, essentially, and stability. And then the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, now let me sit back for a second and kind of make sense of this, because this is a lot of slow moving energy, with the exception of the 6 of Wands. Wands are a little bit more fiery and a little bit quicker, but the Cups and the Pentacles is definitely slow. And that's kind of reminding me of this yin energy, where it's like you're going to have to sit back and wait and see into what kind of comes into fruition and then being able to act upon it. The 2 of Cups is kind of, it's going to be a decision. And somebody is going to want to enter into this partnership with you, or something. There's going to be a decision that is going to help harmonize and kind of pull things together for you. And I believe this is the sign that you are going to need to move forward and act on things. Okay. This could be a person coming in, or this very well could be just like the universe giving you this offering of this is what I have for you, please take it and co-create with me. Okay. It could be one or the other, so take whatever resonates with you. But I do see that you are going to be taking charge of that situation in a very passive way, and still allowing things to come, but it's going to give you a sense of victory, that you finally have an understanding of where you want to go and what you need to do. And it's really going to lift this 9 of Swords energy off your plate. Okay. The Knight of Cups again is a very gentle, slower moving energy. Definitely more gentle and kind of offering to you, love and support and guidance. The Knight of Cups is, I don't know why, but he's always just like this sweet, romantic, kind of person to me for whatever reason. It's embracing, like love and harmony and offering up a lot of, creative energy, or being able to kind of express it, to show your love and creativity with others. So I think, while I don't think this necessarily is you, I actually think that the Queen of Pentacles is more about you creating the stability based on all of this that's coming into fruition. I think that this could be either a literal person who is kind of offering this to you, or it could be, like I said, you co-creating with the universe and moving forward in knowing what you need to do to promote your own harmony and stability. With the Queen of Pentacles here, and we kind of already touched on her before, but the Queen of Pentacles is that person who can balance all aspects of earth elements, which is like home, work, family life, just, you know, all the earthly realms, and being able to harmonize and nurture and grow things, right? So think of kind of like a minor Empress energy. But you know, I think this is confirmation that yes, you can kind of have it all without too much work. You need to just open your arms, open the portal, and just let all these things kind of flow into creation for you. I just heard manifestation. So if this is something that you are trying to work on actively manifesting, keep going, because this is kind of a sign that this passive energy of manifestation, of pulling something into you, is absolutely working. Okay. And again, with we can kind of touch on the Six of Pentacles guy. The Six of Pentacles is just it's very gracious energy. It's I mean, if you look at the picture there, it's giving and receiving. It's again with the little scales here, and almost like a mini justice card, where the scales are balancing and things are going to be equitable and fair, and the universe is going to be gifting and being generous with you. So it's kind of like that abundance energy that we kind of talked about with letting things flow to you and manifestation. I really do see that on the horizon for you, pile 3. So that is what is going to be coming into fruition into this new lunar cycle. So while I think that you are going to be coming into and ending this kind of regeneration thing with the full moon, by the time we hit the waning moon, you should be able to hit this yin energy of just kind of release and let go and let everything else kind of take charge and flow to you. Because I do think that the things that you haven't let go of, I think you're probably just staying in that lower vibrational energy, and it's kind of blocking everything that wants to come in for you. Okay. You know, I say this all the time, but like attracts like, and you know, we have to raise our vibrations to attract the things we want. That's like one of the core things in manifestation. So in order for you to open these doors and bring things to you, you're going to have to release that. And only until you can do that is when all of this loveliness is going to come into fruition. So really pay attention to this waning moon cycle and see, you know, there's a beautiful, really basic kind of like ceremony that you can do. If you want to take like a little bowl and write down some things that you want to release into a little piece of paper, and then you just light it on fire and, you know, go outside and say that you're, you know, kind of releasing that. And maybe that's something that you want to do. That's something you want to do on the waning moon, is that little ritual, you know, burn the little pieces of paper, release it into the universe, and let it go. Let it go. All right. So let's see what messages directly from your spirit guides or higher self, universe, we are going to pull in. Can you give pile 3 a couple words of advice, please? Oh my gosh, recognition, and it came right over the 6 of Wands. Crazy. And then boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. And you are letting down your walls with this yin. You're letting things come in. That's beautiful. Is there anything else we needed to hear? One more thing. Wisdom. Okay. Where do I want this? Because I want my angel card in the middle. Whatever. put it up here. Wisdom, knowledge gained through experiences or from a wise counselor. And if this isn't experiences, then I don't know what is. But like I said, with the boundaries card especially, that's kind of the yin energy. You are going to let down your walls instead of putting them up. They've kind of been torn down, and that's the point with the regeneration, is that we're not going to rebuild those walls yet. We are going to keep them down, let things come in. You're going to manifest this beautiful energy. You're going to let that all come in. And then, you know, if you want to build your walls to protect it, I would probably say don't make them too high, okay? Because you can't control everything. You definitely want to make it so that things can still come in while owning and taking care of what you have. Okay. And then recognition, admiration for your hard work is coming. And that was, you know, that goes right with the Six of Wands card. So if there's something that you have been actively working on within the cycle, it is coming. Like I said, this is going to be a victorious presentation to you. You're going to get recognition for this. And that's exactly what you got. And it happened to come out right next to it. All right. Now let's get a final. Okay. The cat's sleeping on my laptop. Why? I'm going to have to move you, Dallas. I'm really sorry, but... Okay, I'm just going to pull one out here. Look up, look forward. Welcome new developments for positive change. Aw, that's beautiful. I never get that card. I think this is the first time I've ever seen that pop out in one of my readings. So this particular card is the angels encouraging new developments. So because, you know, change and transformation within life is inevitable. And, you know, sometimes in life we require a real fresh, positive approach to bring out progress. And I think that that's what this is. And you are definitely sitting back and encouraged to sit back and kind of let this positive approach come into fruition, because you don't want to have to try and control this situation. You're not going to be able to. Just let the universe give you what it wants to right now. The angels are definitely encouraging you to take up some new habits, though, and shed that old negative behaviors that were holding you back. And okay, remove that wisdom card. But, you know, the release scene card and the regeneration card. So, you know, the brain, they always say, is kind of like a muscle too, where you have to work it out to bring about growth. And that could be changing a new mindset, practicing new healthy habits, etc., etc. But pretty much developing positive thoughts and ridding your life of negativity. Okay. So, you know, just do what it is for you that resonates with your heart and soul to your highest good, that is good for your creativity and overall health. Okay, mental health, physical health, etc. You're being encouraged to eliminate all the clutter, all the nonsense, releasing and getting things done. Okay, which is the lovely little wands energy that we talked about. Okay. Okay, well, that is it. That is everything I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. If any of this resonated with you, please leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys and the journeys that you're on. It's just so affirming, and I love connecting. So, also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more readings. Hit the little notification bell and you'll never miss one. And I will be working on the new May predictions coming up soon, but I hope this will tide you guys over with the lunar cycle until then. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.